The Minneapolis Miracle will probably doesn't mean as much now since the Minnesota Vikings have been eliminated from the playoffs. When you look at this team, it's simply when I was making a video and picking my picks of who would go to the Super Bowl, which I was 2-0, I just thought that game last week against the Saints took so much. It's hard to live up to that. It just took so much out of you, so much emotion. When you look at this, Vikings have a good enough coaching staff. They have a good enough to know that there is some interest in guys like, let's say, a Shermer to be a head coach elsewhere. So what it tells us as football fans, and what it should tell you as Viking fans, is that it's a good coaching staff. The game tonight came down to execution, which they did for about 10 minutes. That defense, which I was high on, it just couldn't tackle anyone. And you let Nick Foles do basically anything he wanted. Time of possession, incredibly lopsided. Diggs was embodied the team, and when he was the team, and when the team needed him the most, I just didn't feel like he was there. They looked defeated. When they got behind early, they already looked defeated early on in the game. The Vikings running game was non-existent, and even when Cooks got hurt, that took a good hit on that running game. Took a good hit, and what can you say? It just seemed no urgency, no playmakers, no drive. This franchise, it just seems like it doesn't deliver in crunch time. And who am I to say? I'm a Miami Dolphin fan. But again, on the road or not, you definitely let Nick Foles pick you apart. Nick Foles, who's no longer, wasn't even a starter. If you're a Minnesota Viking fan, you pen the letter that you love the Vikings. You always have. But you hate them right now. 4 Super Bowl losses. You hate them for 1987. You hate them for 1998. You hate them for 2000. You hate them for 2009. And you hate them for 2018. Every year, this team inspires new hope to you Viking fans. They find a way to break your heart. So, or do you look at it in the fact of what this team was able to do? Case Keenum, what he was able to do after Bradford went down. But it just hey, you take this season as a season to build upon. That's really all that you could do. But another disappointing year. But I think if you were to tell me that you're going to go this far with Case Keenum, if you're a Viking fan, I think you would have signed up for this any minute. One game away from the Super Bowl. I don't think you expected it to go this far with Case Keenum as your quarterback. I hope all is well, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.